I forgot. That's why I hadn't encountered any exits, because the third stage it only has the one. Looks like I've explored it pretty thoroughly otherwise. There's a little bit down there. Actually, you know what? There's actually this whole huge section of the level down in that space. I should really probably explore it. There's probably a level up. But I'm risking death if I do so, so nope. I'm just gonna head on to the break room so I can get my free healing. My universal healthcare. Despite all the chaos going on, this place has better healthcare than the actual United States. I've been dropping those political bombs like lately, haven't I? Let's see. Cluster bomb explodes into 6 mini bombs, inflicting 209 damage each. That sounds good. I'm going to unlock that so it's in the pool, but I don't think I'm going to switch out my magnetic grenade. I'll enhance it as well, why not? As for the rest of it... not really sure. I can't conserve my cells to unlock things I may get from later blueprints, assuming I survive. Because you can't leave this room with cells, which I do hope they change. That would be a nice little risk reward, keeping your cells in case you unlock expensive blueprints that you want to unlock on that run. Let's see. I don't know, upgrade that, I guess. Upgrade Knife Storm. I don't know, maybe I did need another healing charge there. It would have come in handy, so maybe I should start investing in healing potion for. There were worse things to put souls into. Cells. Actually, thinking about it, Cluster Bomb is probably better for the boss, but again, Magnetic Grenade is so good for dealing with the bats, and those are my public enemy number 1. So yeah, let's see how this setup does. Even if it's not the best, as long as I properly respect the boss, I should be fine. That's what I've learned from my trials and troubles facing him. I love those DOTs. I really wish they weren't cancelled out. It is what it is, though. I just tried to roll by pressing R2. A little bit of Nier Automata muscle memory there, I guess. Ooh, I guess that's one handy thing about the magnetic grenade. I can keep the boss on one side of the arena, which neuters his leap a little bit, and attacks in general. So yeah, the magnetic grenade is in fact really good for dealing with the boss. I get free healing after this, I'm just gonna use my charges with abandon. Better than dying. Yep, he went down like a chump. Tch, he doesn't need any respect, he's pathetic. Wow, look at all the gold I have. 25k. That means I'm gonna start the next one with like a little over 10k, I think. Damn. And yeah, I guess I'll continue funneling that into the health. Might as well. Okay, it's time for the Fog Fjord again. This time with anti-explosive bat ordnance. And honestly, well, the magnetic grenade's damage isn't quite as good as having an extra Vitus Swarm. It's still pretty good, and the added utility of dragging enemies toward it probably more than makes up for that. I did like my dual Vitus Swarms last time, but I think the current combo I have is actually a little bit better. Especially against explosive bats and teleporting assholes, both of which are quite abundant in this stage. Ooh, didn't realize there was an enemy down there. Tempting, but bloody knives are better. It would give me very good close range damage, which I'm kind of lacking. The twin daggers are nice and all, but they're not amazing, but I feel like if I change my setup too much, I might start doing poorly, so I'm a bit paranoid. Let's see, this does extra damage to a bleeding target and makes them freeze. I think my current bonuses are better. I can eat the gold cost, I have plenty of it. Ooh, what's in the box? Tempting, but again, bleed as of the current patch is just too good to pass up when you have the chance to cause it. Maybe after the patch where they nerf it, it'll be less OP and worth considering other things instead, but for the moment, that's not the case. Oh, it's my chance to finally unlock Death Orb. The second time I've received the blueprint. Let's see if I can survive long enough to actually use it, though. Not if I make mistakes like that. That's close. Just gonna let these guys handle it, I say, and then jump into the fray, even though that does nothing except make it more likely that I'll die. Again, my patience is my greatest enemy, or my lack thereof. That was too close for comfort. I fear those enemies like the plague now. Is it even worth it to kill these enemies? Yes, I get more gold. Yes, I get more cells. But I really don't need that. I'm not super interested in unlocking anything, although that has changed somewhat with acquiring the Death Orb blueprint. But if I die while gathering cells to unlock it, I'm not going to be able to put cells toward it, so that's kind of a moot point. So yeah, it might be worth skipping most of these enemies now that I think about it. Don't fight them unless I have to progress. Well, they're near enough to death anyway that I might as well finish them off now. But yeah, avoiding combat at this stage might be a decent strategy is what I'm saying. Which is why I'm ignoring my advice and killing everything anyway. And that's the risk I take. There I managed to get away, but it was pure luck. I was just roll spamming there. Whew. This is not going to be worth it. What do you know? A shield. You'd think you'd be likely to listen to your own advice, but that bit of common sense is just completely thrown out the window when it comes to me. Oy vey. I'm not even gonna bother looking at the special effects on the fire grenade. I know it's not worth it. That level up that's up there, on the other hand, that might be worth it. How do I get to that? Looks a bit too high up to reach from here. I probably have to go inside somewhere. Let's see. Ah, this should work actually. Bingo. What do I want? But more skills. Skills to pay the bills. The bills being my life. And yeah, this is just an alternate way to go up here, so I'm actually going to follow my advice for once and avoid fighting them. That was too close for comfort. If that door had been closed, or if the bat had been just a little bit closer, I probably would have been hit and killed by that explosion. You know what? Let's actually give me a chance of surviving and top off my health, just to be safe. I'm making a lot of dumb mistakes as of late. Ooh, now that was actually worth coming in here for. I'm not relying on my primary weapons too much at the moment, but making them stronger certainly doesn't hurt. Although getting hit by that guy's axe would have. You know how they say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger? That's never true. Don't listen to them. Anyone who says that is an idiot. Or a Saiyan. One of the... Okay. I guess that's a reason to want to go completely genocidal on the enemies, so that way you don't enter or exit a house and suddenly find yourself ambushed. That's worth keeping in mind with the stage. I saw an enemy patrolling. Don't think I didn't. I wonder how much I need more level ups. Like, could I just afford to breeze through the stage and avoid picking them up, or would that just give me an overly hard time in later stages that I'm already going to have a hard enough time with since I'm not familiar with them? It's hard to say. If I fight more enemies, I have the chance of coming across more levels, which will make my time later easier. But I run the risk of making a big mistake and dying, so it's kind of a gamble regardless of what I pick. Yeah, confirmed. The mites act as good meat shields for those cannon blasts. Is there anything these mites can't do? Oh, merchant making his shop here. Out of the fray. Good choice, buddy. Being able to apply burning would certainly be nice, but I prefer the damage reduction on my current amulet. I feel like that's probably what saved me in a few instances. Oh, wow, I made it to the end of the stage and it just kind of ends. No exits, so... Really? There's no way I can continue here? Interesting. So, that means with this stage at least, I do have to be thorough with exploring it because the exit is not necessarily at the end. It could very easily be somewhere before it. That's actually really cool, and I think that's the only level I've come across that's been like that. Yeah, they've done a great job of making every level have its own distinct, like, features, level design, enemies, progression, etc. I really should learn the developers' team so I can name them when I talk about them, rather than just saying the developers. I probably want to get up to that building there. I haven't been inside, and my guess is that that is where the exit is. I'm gonna have to warp back a fair bit though and start going across the tops. I think I entered this building, didn't I? Yeah. Now I'm at new stuff. Alright, time to get to killing. Alright, let's see if my assumption was right. Come on, exit. Of course, even if it is, I'll have to get through plenty more enemies. If I die this theoretically close to an exit, ooh. I'm gonna be upset. Not that that's a feeling that I'm unused to at this point. Unused to? Is that a word? It sounds awkward enough that it's probably not. But never mind that. The exit is here. Let's go to the graveyard. This'll, be my first time in this area. That's exciting. You know what I'm funneling 30 cells into. Summons a slow-moving but devastating orb of energy. 1,454 damage a second. I would expect nothing less of Death Orb. And yeah, let's just give it a damage boost right away for when I end up using it, which is not going to be now. I like you, Death Orb, but I'm gonna stick with my current setup. I don't want any growing pains of using new items to ruin my chances. It's not you, it's me, I swear. I'll try you out in a later run. Alright, seems like this place is gonna be fairly purplish in tone. That'll be the first time they've used that as a major color in the palette for one of the stages. Yeah, this is pretty graveyardish. Alright, we've got a new skeleton type enemy. Looks like an upgrade to the basic variant, and yeah, they explode into flying assholes on death. Not sure how I feel about that, but I have a good gear setup for dealing with it, so it's not too big of a deal. These age massholes... Age massholes? No, we're not talking about people from Massachusetts. Yeah, these mage assholes might actually be a bigger threat. As long as I can take care of them quickly. Ooh, 2 mages. That's not good. Yeah, I just gotta go down and deal with them quicker. That's one way of ruining my strategy of just staying afar and letting my biters deal with them, is enemies who primarily attack me at ranged. And thus I have to get in close to take them out before they just spam me to death. Alright, another scroll of power. Let's go with more skills. And is that another interactable? Return to the entry. The entry of what is my question? Because I can get back to the entrance of this little area easily enough. Does it mean the level? Does it mean the game? It could, and that's why I'm not going to check it just now. I don't want to ruin my progress here. Start a whole new game cycle over, even if it is with stronger gear. I'll find out what that does later. It's probably just returning you to the start of the level. For why, I don't know. I'm not really sure what that would accomplish. Oh wow, speaking of Bloodborne-like enemies, now we get Dark Souls 2 in the business. With those Crescent Moon cleavers, they look exactly like that one fat enemy type from the Huntsman's Copse in Dark Souls 2. Yeah, these flyers are surprisingly tanky. Nope, nope, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. I like the ominous chanting with the music. It's very ominous. Whoa, did you see that attack? That looked like a ranged attack that I think came from the big fat dudes. Yeah. Oh, you know what they're using? They're using a Kusarigama setup, kind of. It's not an actual Kusarigama, the chain sickle weapon from Japanese history, because those are actually connected to my understanding. My understanding being just what the game Nioh has given me, so don't trust that too much. But it is a similar setup in that they have a scythe weapon in one hand and a chain weapon with a sort of blunt force object, this one sharpened, on the other end. Actually, wait, now that I look at it, they might be connected. It's hard to say. Either way, that's pretty cool. And yeah, that range attack I saw was definitely from the fat dudes then. I wonder if it hits you, if it drags you closer. Hopefully I won't have to find out. Okay, wow. We're introducing doors that you need keys to unlock this late in the run? Have I been doing the equivalent of, say, like in Binding of Isaac, not even managing to make it to Mom's... Not even managing to make it past Mom up to this point? Like, I'm just finally getting to the real game right now, because... That doesn't surprise me if so, but it does embarrass me a little. I've played a bunch of roguelites, I should be better than that. Wow, those birds do a lot of damage. Way more than I would have expected. I'm gonna use one of my remaining charges here. Is it worth dealing with these enemies and going inside? Probably not, but I'm gonna risk it. It would be boring if I just beelined it to the exit. As painful as they are to me, I'm imagining that the deaths are pretty entertaining for anyone watching this. Okay, there's more enemies down there. I just gotta approach this cautiously. Okay, there better be something good at the end of this gauntlet. If it's just like an alternate path to get to this point of the stage, I'm gonna be a little bit upset. And yep, that attack does indeed grab like I thought it would. No, 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 no. I completely botched that, and now I'm out of healing. Okay. There better be something good at the end of here. An exit? I'll take an exit. I'll just go on to the next stage and accept my free healing. I'm fine with doing that. Okay, so I picked up a key. Would it be worth going back and opening up that previous door? That one didn't look like it led anywhere, but maybe there will be more in the future? Yeah, I thought this looked suspicious. Let's see. Yeah, I'll take the blood sword. That'll do me a little bit better than the twin daggers at this point, I think. Okay, so I'm not sure if it was worth trading all that healing supplies, but it's decent. Ah, and that's why they have those stones, so after you go through a long gauntlet, you can return to the start of the challenge area immediately. Oh, I just realized that's another thing that's unique to this level. Challenge areas like that, that's the first that there's been something quite like that in the game. If you don't count the time challenges. Ah, okay. So now in the later on stages, we're actually getting into the Metroidvania elements a little bit more again. Up to this point, it's just been the upgrades that allow you to get to different exits, but now we have stuff where you need to explore the levels more thoroughly for items to proceed. That's really cool. So presumably I need to go here to find the switch to unlock that door, or just to get behind it in general, one of the two. Oh, I always underestimate the tankiness of these birds. They just have way more health than I would ever expect from an enemy like this. I definitely want to rely on ranged stuff with them, that's for damn sure. I'm just gonna lame this one out. I'm not risking a direct confrontation. Not when I'm this low on health. I can't see where I'm supposed to safely drop. I think I might be able to drop on those platforms, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll save that for a little bit. Maybe I should go check it out. Oh, I'm gonna regret this so much, I know it, but I have to try. Okay, good, I can. Oh, and it took me to a merchant, with nothing of worth. Although the +1 health on these twin daggers is pretty tempting. Having a very rangy weapon like the electrical whip would also be nice, but Ooh, wait a minute, recover 1% of your life with each hand-to-hand attack. Oh, but I take 50% more damage, that's not worth it, that is not worth it to any degree. I would take a health cut, but not an increase to the damage I receive. That's just asking to be one-shot. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the blood sword. Oh, baby, I still got a long way to go. Just gotta play it safe and I'll be fine. Just play it safe and I'll be fine. Of course, it's hard to play it safe when you have asshole birds swarming at you. I'm actually very glad I have this setup where I can toss my skills to take out a group of enemies and then I still have the capability of dealing with another group of enemies on my own. Because now with most combat encounters, I do have another group of enemies to deal with because of those birds that spawn on the death of these enemies. And grappling hook! Mabel would be happy to play this game. I wonder, that grappling hook, is that the weapon? Oh, fuck these birds so much. Is that the weapon that these... Wow, seriously, I hate them. Is that the weapon that these fat dudes are using? Because the icon on the blueprint looks pretty similar to that. If so, I absolutely have to survive long enough to unlock that. I can't have lost this opportunity. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore those two. I think I can just leave them alone and be fine. Just gonna wait for them to patrol back to the other side. That was close. I'm so glad I have throwing knives. Oh, still got more to deal with, come on. Just give me an exit game. Let me get to a new stage and get my healing. Oh, I was hoping to throw them through the crack, but nope. You just gotta roll through and deal with what's on the other side. Unless you're willing to just cheese them to death, and I totally am. Still think it's pretty bullshit that you can't actually toss ranged things through these gaps. Like, at the level that you throw them, you really should be able to. Alright, more health. I'll take that. Give me a little bit more survivability. Oh hey, it's the first time I've seen one of those flyers. You seem very out of place. You're like way weaker than the smaller birds that pop out of the corpses. It's kind of embarrassing. Seeing something so pathetic at this late stage. Other than myself, I mean. I don't think I'm gonna be trying this secret area. I'm just asking to be killed. So, I'm just gonna try and find an exit. I saw that enemy right before I got hit, that telltale fog shimmering effect. Oh, that was a nasty enemy placement game, and they can drag you from very far away. Do not be on the same horizontal plane as those enemies, as I have just learned. Okay, well there goes most of my health. Just gonna cheese this then. I'm not risking venturing closer, that's for damn sure. Seriously, what are those enemies doing here? Maybe this is where they made us something. They have to brave the dangerousness of this caverns as a test to their strength. Only the strong survive. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty much delirious at this point. Oh, platforming. Please tell me I'm near an exit. Nope, of course not. Okay, let's see. Is it worth parting with my blood sword for that rapier? I do like the plus to strength. The bleed is nice though. This seems to be an upgrade for my magnet grenades though. Actually, you know what? It's not really. It does more damage base-wise, but it doesn't have the enemy's hit explode upon death, which I think adds more damage overall. It feels like it would. I think I might go with the rapier. Yeah, it's just a much better melee weapon. I might actually be able to kill things without getting hurt, and